Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. We have another episode of A2A COMANCHE and also we have a new city update 13 California today. So we'll be checking out some of that. I will quickly go over the flight plan. We have already done the walk around, so I'll not waste your time doing all of that basic stuff. In terms of flight plan, we are here at Auckland Airport, Auckland San Francisco Bay Airport. What we'll basically be doing is we'll take off from here. We'll check out the Bay Bridge, I guess, and then we'll check out the Golden Gate Bridge. Come back here, check out the whole city area. Go through this whole city area, San Carlos, and all of this area, Stanford Stadium. We can check that out. Basically, I'll leave those things as kind of like a cinematic, so that you guys can enjoy peacefully enjoy the whole flight. And then we'll come here, check out Fremont. All of these areas have been updated, is what I saw from the trailer. So it'll be a lot of fun doing the procedures right, and then also checking out the San Francisco Bay Area, and then also putting some hours on our newly bought used A2A COMANCHE. Hopefully we don't face any problems today, but yeah, we'll be following pretty much all the procedures. Now of course we'll not be following like ATC procedures and all that, but we'll try to make it as realistic as possible. And in this series I am going to slowly introduce stuff like, so we'll slowly have ATC introduced. We'll slowly start doing the non-towered airport processes and stuff like that. So anyway, let's just move on to the actual flight. We have wind coming in 3 knots, so I don't think we should have any problems taking off from 28 right, which is what I'm going to take off from. We'll have 3 knots of crosswind. Before engine start, pre-flight is complete. I've told you what we're doing. Passenger seatbelt secure, control locks are removed. Parking brake is set. I believe that's not set because A2A doesn't have parking brake persistence. Gear switch is down and checked on my hardware as well. Flaps are up, yes. Radios off. Autopilot master off. I believe both of them are off. Electrical switches off. Circuit breakers all in. Let's make sure they're all in, because remember, this is ICUE sim. Things can go wrong. Things can look weird and behave different than how they normally do. Engine start. Fuel selectors should be on desired tank. Yes, they are. Mixture full rich. Let's see, mixture full rich. Throttle cracked. Open up the throttle just a little bit. And then prop full forward. Yes, prop is full forward. Carb heat is off. Master switch on. Let's get master switch on and fuel pump on. Should see fuel pressure come up here. Yes, it is coming up. It's going to green. And now we'll prime the engine. The outside temperature is not that bad, 20 C. So I think 3 primes should be good enough. 3 primes there. Lock it in. Primer is closed and locked. Mags to both. I hate when it just zooms in when you're trying to just scroll through some buttons. Okay, feet on the brakes, clear prop. We'll shout that. And let's get the engine started up. Took a while to start. I wonder if it's because of our cold environment that this airplane was in before this flight in Indianapolis. Anyway, bringing the RPM back slowly. I think the engine is stable, RPM stable, oil pressure is in green, oil temperature will slowly come up. I'm going to release the brakes, make sure the parking brake is working. Yes, it is. And I'll bring it down to, let's say, like 1000 RPM, and then start doing the other. Make sure lean as required. I can lean it a little bit because we're going through the whole process, so I don't want to foul the spark plugs. Primed. By the way, last video in the last series we already checked our engine and everything, and I replaced the alternator because that was aging slowly. We fixed a bunch of things in the first video. There was nothing wrong with the airframe and anything, except I think battery had low voltage, so we fixed that as well. Anyway, so taxi primer is locked in. Avionics master can now come on. Ammeter check, yes, check, positive. Radios on. Radios nothing, we just need to get this on and this little thing on. There you go. And hit continue on this so that we have the map going. I really love TDS GTN XI, it's amazing. Anyway, then ammeter, and then we have altimeter to set, which is 1013, so we'll set that real quick. 1013. I'm gonna stick to something that gives us 0 altitude, so that's good. Heading indicator set. We are going to switch to, let me see if I can do it with my, okay, heading, yep, I can, nice. So I'm gonna switch it to west. We don't have any VR navigation today and everything, so that is fine. West is just because the runway direction is that side. Oil temperature is slowly coming up, still coming up. Okay, transponder as required. We are squawking VFR today, even though we'll be flying through airspaces. Our altitude is going to be 2000. We'll ignore the airspace rules for today. Landing gear lamp is green. Nav lights as required. We'll turn them on for sure. Parking brakes release. Brake test on roll. Let's get the brakes pressed in. Release the brakes, and the brakes are working, so brakes are good. Set the parking brake again. So on to run up, but now what I'm gonna do first is let's taxi to the runway and then we'll do a run up right there. So I see that we can pretty much take this intersection here. We don't need the whole runway, so we are gonna take this intersection and then I'll see you guys on the run up. Okay, let's face into the wind here and then do a run up. So for run up, we will set our parking brakes and bring back our checklist right in front of us. Position into the wind, brakes hold, fuel quantity check, yes, checked. You will not need more fuel. Mixture full and throttle to 2000 RPM. Okay, throttle 2000. Engine instruments look good. Oil temperature is now coming up as well. Left magneto less than 100 drop. Right magneto less than 100 drop. Back to both. Cycle the prop. Not the healthiest behavior, but I think the RPM is holding, so I think we are good. And then we'll also check whether carb heat is working. Not that we'll need it today, but it is working, which is signified by the RPM drop there. So let's bring it back down to 1000 RPM. We are not going to do flaps takeoff today, so flaps will be out. Okay, before takeoff checklist: controls free and correct, full right, full left, full right, elevator full up, elevator full down, and rudder we don't need to check. I think it's linked to our wheels as well, so there's flap side as desired. Fuel selectors are good. Fuel pump on, we'll turn it on. It is on. Mixture forward full rich, it is. Prop full, good. Carb heat off. Engine gauges are good. Strobes and landing lights are on. For takeoff, we know we take off at around 85 knots. Climb at 105. Our altitude is going to be 2000 feet so that we can see the ground well. And yeah, climb checklist is fine. 1000 feet, we get the fuel pump off, and our max power has to be 24 inches and 2400 rpm, which will take care of that and run through this as well. Okay, time to get out of here and enjoy some San Francisco Bay Area views. Very less crosswind, so should not be problem. This is one of the airplanes that really have good, like, close to real world ground handling is this one. I love how it handles on the ground. Alright, I think that should be enough runway, right? Yeah, I think that's more than enough runway. But let's not waste what we have, and let's just get going. Rolling takeoff here, full power. Right rudder, a little bit. Ooh, it's a little bit of turbulence. 85 knots. Positive rate, gear up, and then we will go 105. Okay, I think we can steepen the climb a little bit and push our speed to 105. 500 feet. Just following the heading that we have set for now, and keep climbing at the rate it allows us to at 105 miles an hour. Okay, 1000 feet, fuel pump off, and also gonna bring down the RPM to maybe something like reduce the power here to 23 maybe, and then bring down the RPM a tad, not that much, to like 2300 RPM. I think that's good enough. And then we'll just keep rolling here. And I also have my iPad up here, so I can see in which direction we are going. But now we'll just set up the autopilot once we hit 2000 feet and just enjoy the views. But look at that, guys. Look at that. So I think this whole area is updated. Before we didn't have this good of a photogrammetry here. Now we do. Let me go back here and show you guys real quick the Bay Bridge. I think that's what it's called. Really well modeled now. So I'm gonna run some cinematics and show you guys around, and we will basically meet at the approach checklist now. One thing that I do want is run through the cruise checklist so that you guys not missing anything. Okay, let me go south here over the Golden Gate Bridge. So cruise checklist: throttle set, prop set, mixture is lean, we are not going to lean it, fuel pump is off, fuel pressure is good, and engine gauges are looking good as well. Our engine temperatures are fine as well. Okay, so now the next thing is directly approach checklist. I'm gonna leave you to some peaceful cinematics. By the way, thank you guys for joining in, and I would highly appreciate if you guys can leave a like on the channel, on the video. If you guys can subscribe, that's even better. It's all free content. I am not paid by anyone, I'm not sponsored by anyone, so you get to see my raw opinions and everything. So yeah, hit that subscribe button to not miss out on future videos, and I appreciate you guys spending time on my channel. Enjoy the cinematics. Okay, so we just passed Fremont. I think we are at a point where we can run through the approach checklist. In terms of weather, we already have weather for the airport we are going to, which is back to Oakland. Approach checklist, autopilot master off. I'm gonna turn autopilot master off, fuel pump on. Fuel pump will stay on. Fuel selectors, we already good. Fuel quantity is good. Fuel pressure is okay. And we're gonna go full rich. I guess we are already at full rich. That's fine. Prop full forward. Carb heat as required. We're not gonna need carb heat, and we'll slow down to 120 miles. Gears, flaps, and gum. Landing speed is all we need to know, which is 90. So now the only thing is we'll dump the flaps, get the gear down, and start descending. So I'm gonna push down the throttle until a point where I'm at least not going to get the gear horn. I think as soon as we go beyond or below 10 inches of manifold pressure, that's when you start getting the gear horn, unless you have the gear already down. I do see that our engine temperatures are rising a little bit, even though we are going pretty fast actually, but that's something we'll worry about later. I think for now we are good. Okay, just about touching 10 manifold pressure, so we might have to take one. So there's the runway. There's our runway which we need to land on. I think we should be able to bleed that speed off, because in terms of altitude we are good. So let's trade some speed for altitude here, and let's get to a point where we can at least get our gear down, right? Because right now we are at like 140 miles and I don't feel comfortable getting our gear down at 140. But overall I think we are in a good spot. We have descended enough, and we are also now bleeding speed, and at some point around 120 miles is when I'll start dumping the flaps and getting the gear down as well, because then we'll be in a safe speed zone. I see the PAPI lights, but they're not very clear to me. I think we are a tad high, so let's get the gear down, because now we are at a good speed, and that will also get some drag going, which will allow us to access a lower throttle setting, and it will also, I'm trimming it up a bit because I feel like I had to hold up elevator quite a bit. Okay, let's get one notch of flaps in. I know we are a little bit high, but I think that's not a problem that cannot be solved here at the end, because we are good enough in terms of speed. Okay, getting one more notch of flaps in. That was such a nice flight. I love doing these general aviation flights. I hope you guys enjoy these kind of videos. I'll have to edit this video for sure, because it'll be a little bit too long if I don't edit it. But let me know what you think about this series, and if you would want to keep seeing me fly this airplane. Okay, let's dump the throttle here, because we do not need to be this fast. We need to be at 90 knots. Remember, flaps full, gear is down, and we are ready to land. It's trimming up a little bit because it's okay. 90 knots there, so giving it a bit of throttle there so that we don't slow down too much, and then it's just a descending slow flight down to the runway. Okay, on threshold somewhere around 50 feet, and slowly coming off on throttle. Hold it up, hold it up, hold it up, hold it up, and there's the stall light. Beautiful, little bit of a bounce there. So minus 83 feet per minute, but we had a little bit of a bounce because I think I did not time my up elevator pressure correctly. Nothing crazy though, totally fine. 82 feet per minute and 23 feet per minute, so not a bad landing. By the way, the stats for landing today are provided by there's this really nice plugin called Landing Toast, and it is free. I've switched to using Landing Toast now to provide my stats. So anyway, we're gonna do the after landing checklist here in a bit once we get out on a taxiway. Okay, so we are out, and let's bring up our tablet here. After landing checklist, flaps full up. By the way, there's a reason why I don't just start running the after landing checklist right on the runway, because that's something that my instructor taught me, is not to do that. Landing lights, we'll just keep one on. I don't need to have all of them on, or well, both of them on. So flaps, strobes, fuel pump, mixture, lean as required. I already did that. And then trim to neutral, we'll do that real quick here. There's trim to neutral. It is there in our takeoff or before takeoff checklist too, but it's just good to do it right after you land. So let me see where our stands are here. Maybe I can go from here. I think I can go from here. Okay, let's go through this shutdown checklist now. Parking brakes are set. Radios can go to off. Couple of observations that I did make today are that one, while Runup, I saw that when I was cycling the prop, there was it was almost like this thing was just skipping a beat, and maybe that's because I reduced the RPM way too much while the process only says get it down to 1800. I don't know, but that's something I'll probably have to ask on forums. Maybe ask some experts on why that exactly happens. We are on 1911 hours on the engine, so it's not like the engine is new or anything. It's got quite a bit of hours on it. Anyway, let's verify flaps are good there. Master switch off. I should have actually turned that off before I... Also, the lights and stuff come off before turning off the master switch. So that's another mistake that I made, but should not be a problem doing it just once. That, and then we also get the magnetos off. So master switch off, throttle good, throttle's off, mixture, idle cut off, all that is done. Magnetos off, control wheels are secured, doors and windows are closed and latched. Yes, they are, and we are just going to quickly go around and, per usual now, do an outro while we are securing the airplane. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, check out the new city update. I'm sure I didn't cover a lot of areas that were updated or upgraded. Our airplane is getting a little dirty. Maybe next time when we give it a nice wash and we can start clean on the next flight. Let's see where the next flight is. Do you think I should start from the airport that I'm at right now and then fly in this series, or do you think I should, leave myself the freedom of flying wherever I want? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think we should do in this series. Do we make it realistic where I only take off from where I left off last time and then go where I want, or do we just leave ourselves the freedom of flying wherever? I prefer the second one, but if folks like the first option, I'm more than happy to do that for this series and maybe do a full North America general aviation run or something like that, But anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for spending time on my channel. I appreciate you guys a lot, and I hope you guys appreciate the content as well. If you do, please make sure you leave a like, comment on the video if you like these kind of videos. It really encourages me to make more of these for free. Don't earn anything from this channel, like I always say, so you guys supporting is the only thing that I really earn. So yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, share it with someone, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so that you don't miss out on the next one.